Hey, what is up, mortals? It is TCCrew here with a new video for you. Welcome to part 9 of What If Deku Had a Copy Quirk. I just wanted to greet you guys by just saying, sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. So we begin.
Hey you!
Monoma shouted, making everyone stare as he pointed at one individual.
I want you to be on my team!
The purple-haired boy turned around with bags under his eyes.
Why me? I don't even know you.
The cocky boy slowly walked over to Shinso.
You will soon.
The boy placed his hand on the other teen's shoulder.
Could you be a part of my team? No.
As he wanted to enter, his mind went blank and his eyes white.
Well, looks like you don't have a choice.
The blonde boy laughed sinisterly. Everyone else finished making their teams as the whistle blew for the battle to commence.
Start!
Everyone started charging towards Midoriya's team.
What do we do? Everyone is after our points.
The brunette cowardly said while standing at the back.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
The freckled boy raised his hand.
Book 3, page 18, Kamiya Woods, Arbor.
Branches shot out of the boy's raised arm and started to chase the other teams.
Ha, you useless nerd!
Bakugo created a massive explosion, disintegrating the wood that was flying towards him.
Not yet.
The half-and-half boy sternly said, making the rest of his team alert.
We will know when the time is right.
While most teams were blocking and destroying the branches, there were a few teams that had their points taken away from them.
Looks like my class is winning as expected.
The homeless-looking man announced over the speakers. Bakugo's team slowly closed in on Izuku.
Come here, you bastard!
The green-haired boy's team shot up into the sky with a jetpack strapped to Midoriya.
Hatsumi, this support gear is amazing! Of course! I made it all!
Mei's boasting came to a screeching halt as she saw an angry Pomeranian flying up to them with his quirk.
Izuku, we have company! Who is I?
The freckled boy was cut off as he heard the famous scream of Katsuki Bakugo.
God damn it! I just got less nauseous by being up here. Come here, nerd!
As the loud blonde reached the group, he raised his arm ready for a massive explosion. Midoriya lifted his arm as well, creating a wooden shield. The shield disintegrated, but Dark Shadow already had a hold on Kachan's leg.
I got him, Bash! Ha! That's what you think!
The angry teen fired another explosion at the shadow creature, making him let go.
See ya, nerd!
Bakugo fell through the sky, falling towards his teammates.
I got you, bro!
Zero shot tape at the falling teen, dragging him over into the direction of his team, making him back on the top of the horse.
I have a special move for this stupid Deku!
The loud blonde smirked as he remembered his training with his sensei.
Come on, Bucker, bro! Are you going to tell us what the special move is?
The redhead asked.
No!
The blonde slowly started to explode as he raised his arms ready for another barrage of detonations.
Izuku, how do we get down?
The brunette wearily questioned.
Well, we have our hover boots for a reason, and we're going to be up here for a while. I need some time from the crowd of quirks.
The freckled boy said while trying not to throw up.
Why is that?
The crow man requested.
I get very nauseous and sick when there are too many quirks in an area.
Midoriya stated, now less pale than before.
That seems like a bummer.
The brunette said.
But I don't think the jetpack can keep going.
The jetpack cut off, making Izuku's team pummel back down to the arena, but they stopped just before hitting the floor.
Release!
The brunette dropped everyone onto the floor, minimizing the injuries.
You don't have to thank me. Oh, sorry, Ochako.
The green-haired boy scratched the back of his neck.
Thank you for saving us. It's time!
The half-and-half boy shouted, making his team go into an attack stance.
Now, Momo!
The girl created a pole that reached the floor and Todoroki at the same time. Shoto grabbed the pole, making it freeze instantly. The floor of the arena froze over in a matter of seconds, everyone either sliding around or stuck in the ice.
Ojiro, direct us to the multi-arm one.
Monoma ordered, making the tail boy start to break the ice with his tail to go faster towards the tentacle man.
Oh, you! Your name's Soji, right?
the blonde asked with his hand resting on the purple-haired boy. As the multi-armed boy tried to speak, his mind went blank, and he handed over his points.
Midoriya!
The half-and-half shouted as his team charged Izuku's.
I have a quirk you may like.
The green-haired teen engulfed his arms in flames and shot them out like flamethrowers.
Book 2, page 3, Endeavor, Hellflame.
Todoroki tried making a wall of ice, but it melted in a matter of seconds. The fire got hotter and hotter as the rest of his team groaned in pain.
Sorry, guys.
The freckled boy said.
Not much longer till...
The boy was cut off by distant shouting.
Hey, Sam Quirk!
Naruto yelled, his hand crackling with explosion as the blonde blocked Bakugo's initial attack with Kirishima's quirk, before countering with an explosion of his own.
A little help here? I'm busy!
Izuku replied as he watched the two blondes go at it. His skin started to heat up, causing the fire to be weaker and weaker with each passing moment.
Oi, blondies, you finished yet?
Midoriya is now retreating from battle with Todoroki's team.
Shut up, Izuku! Shut up, Deku!
The two blondes yelled as they continued to fight, their teams battling for position on the leaderboard.
Baku babe, I have an idea.
The pink-skinned girl said, causing Bakugo to grin slightly.
Then do it!
The loud blonde shouted. Mina shoots acid at the floor, making the other team start to slide all over the place.
My turn!
Tetsu hardened his body into steel and started to charge towards the other team, smashing Kirishima, who was ready for the attack. Both teams clash as Izuku comes running in from the side with Shoto's teams following.
Deku!
Bakugo howled as he glared at the rapidly approaching team.
Stay the hell away from me! Too late!
The green-haired boy shot a blast of fire towards both teams, making them sweat from the amount of heat.
Stupid nerd! Just give me sweat to work with!
Katsuki looking at his hands that are now drenched in nitroglycerin.
About that!
The boy's eyes sparked up as he grabbed onto Sero's shoulder.
Special move! Taser grip! 5,000 volts!
Both Monoma's and Bakugo's teams went up in shock from the electricity reacting to all the sweat on their bodies.
Izuku, are you okay?
The brunette looked up at Deku to see him making a stupid face and speaking nonsense.
Whee!
The green-haired boy, not knowing what he was doing or where he is, the rest of his team carrying him to safety.
Special move! Recipro burst!
The stern boy zipped around the arena and grabbed a ton of headbands from his enemies.
Damn, Tanya, didn't know you were this fast.
The electro-blonde said.
Whee!
The green-haired boy coming back to his senses, but feeling very sick as soon as he did.
I'm getting nauseous again. Time to take to the skies.
The jetpack on his back roared to life as their horse rocketed into the sky. Bakugo blinking out of the paralysis state as Todoroki unleashed a massive burst of ice after them. Izuku grinned as he looked back to see both Katsuki's horse and Nato's horse come out of the state he put them in. The ice barrage sent both teams back as they headed up into the sky to reach the sky.
Let's turn up the heat!
The wave of flame shot down towards Todoroki, the teen clenching his teeth as his horse skidded to a stop. He shot out another wall of ice, just barely blocking the torrent of flame.
How dare you use that monster's quirk!
Shoto shouted in rage. Izuku laughed as his horse landed on the ground. Before he looked around, his smirk dropping.
We have you surrounded!
They were surrounded, the wall of ice behind them blocking any escape as all three teams charged the freckled teen.
I believe the time for chaos has arrived.
Tokiyami said quietly, Dark Shadow grinning excitedly. Izuku nodded.
Great tactic, Momo.
The half-and-half boy said.
It's nothing really.
The long-haired girl said shyly.
Let's give them hell, guys!
The tail man grinned as all three teams stared at Izuku with anger. Izuku hissed as the teams charged at him. Dark Shadow had massive fists throwing them to the ground harshly. Midoriya shooting branches out to collect the headbands off their heads.
Not so fast!
The other copy Quirk user shot fire from his left arm, causing the shadow creature to cower in fear.
One last attack!
The Freckle Teen shot hellfire at Nato, causing a massive torrent of flame as they were equally matched in power. Izuku's arm began to burn slightly as he got dehydrated, but he wouldn't stop.
Midoriya, you need to stop. You're burning yourself.
The crow-headed teen shouted, trying to get some sense into the boy.
Fine, but make a plan on how to get out of this corner situation while I fend them off?
All three members started coming up with a plan when an angry Pomeranian jumped out and started flying towards Midoriya's team.
Special move! Solar Flare!
The loud blonde put his hands together to make a blinding light that stopped Izuku's team from doing anything.
Get back here, bro!
Tape shot out and dragged Bakugo back to his team.
Dude, chill!
The redhead shouted at Katsuki.
You could blind them permanently. I know, that's why it was aimed next to them, you idiot.
All teams in amazement as the loud blonde didn't shout.
Mike.
The homeless man whispered to President Mike while covering the microphones.
It's past the time. What are you doing?
A smile went across Hizachi's face.
These people are truly talented, but it's too exciting to stop it.
The crowd is still cheering in surprise about how much better the fighting keeps getting. Aizawa stared down Yamada.
Fine!
The blonde man shaking from the earth stare he just got.
Time!
Everyone came to a halt as time was called for it to end. Everyone was pleased except Todoroki.
I could have done more, but he is holding me back.
He looked into the stand to see Endeavor standing there with surprise and disappointment all at once.
This doesn't make us friends.
Shinso crawled as he walked away from the 1B students.
Of course not. That's more Zuko's wheelhouse than mine.
Nato chuckled, making the purple-haired teen stop.
So you know that weirdo?
Hitoshi asked.
Yes.
Nato grinned as he spoke. Hitoshi raised an eyebrow.
Not afraid to response?
He asked.
I could brainwash you if you do. It hasn't been 3 minutes since I last touched you.
Nato shrugged before turning away with his friends.
So I could do the same to you. I look forward to seeing you in the shadows as a fellow underground hero. Weirdos.
Hitoshi crumbled as he walked away.
A lot of you. The winning teams of the cavalry battle are...
The loud man cut off by Zawa.
Monoma's team consisting of Ojiro, Monoma, Tetsu, and Shinso. Next is Izuku's team consisting of Uraraka, Midoriya, Mei, and Tokiyami. Next team is Todoroki's team consisting of Momo, Ida, Denki, and Todoroki. Last but not least, it's Team Bakugo consisting of Mina, Kirishima, Sero, and Katsuki. Go have a break and the final tournament will begin!
President Mike shouted.
As always, you are far too flashy.
The blonde sighed as he finished his lunch. Izuku sticked his tongue out at Monoma as he sat at the table with the 1B student.
Whatever, you managed to get through the final round as well, so why are you complaining?
Izuku laughed.
I'm not. I just wish you would be a little more subtle.
Nato sighed.
Really? Everything must be a game with you? And everything has to be a contest with you.
Izuku shot back as he shoveled katsudon into his mouth, grinning behind his bowl.
Though it's not the worst thing. A compliment from you?
Nato laughed in mock shock.
How rare. I simply expected more sass. Hey, I compliment people plenty.
Izuku muttered as he set down his empty bowl.
Sass is just more fun. You say that, but is it true?
The blonde chuckled, punching Izuku gently in the arm, blinking when the other teen looked to the side.
What's up? Todoroki approaching from R6.
Izuku muttered, wiping his face on a napkin and getting up.
I have a feeling I know what he wants. Oh, hey.
he suddenly said as they both looked at the approaching dual quirk user.
I just had a thought. What happens if we face each other? Simple.
Nato shrugged, a grin on his face as he pushed Izuku towards Todoroki.
Best man wins. Do you know what a quirk marriage is?
Todoroki asked as he stood in the hallway.
Yeah.
Izuku said, blinking a moment later.
Wait, you don't mean?
Yes, he bought my mother like livestock, just to breed the perfect successor.
Todoroki said as he reached up to the scar on his face.
She gave me the scar. She poured boiling water over my face because I looked too much like him.
Damn.
Izuku muttered.
And have you tried to get help?
Help? What help?
Todoroki growled.
No one would believe a word I said against my father. And this isn't about that.
Maybe it should be.
The worried teen said.
Shut up!
Todoroki growled.
I called you here to tell you to stop using those flames. They aren't yours.
Well, technically.
Izuku hummed.
Because I replicate quirks. I gain the quirk I copy as long as I remember how it works. So they kind of are. I'm just sort of using their quirk as an attachment to mine, that I can take off whenever.
What?
Todoroki said, staring at him.
Why are you telling me this?
You bared your heart to me. I figured I should let you know something about me.
Izuku shrugged, before grinning and pressing his finger to his lips.
So yeah, that's how my quirk copies the quirks of others. But don't go tell everyone. It's a secret.
What is wrong with you?
Todoroki hissed as Izuku walked away.
Oh, plenty.
The teen called back.
Make sure to use your quirk to its fullest when we face each other, because I sure will.
Thank you all for sticking around, and I hope that you enjoyed. Before you leave, we would just like to let you know that We the Celestials has many other channels for your entertainment and viewing purposes. All the information you'll need is right below here in the description, so feel free to check out all the other incredible projects our team creates. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. That's all for today's video, so goodbye, and have a divine day.